Now in Good Morning Northwest, activity at the house where 4 U of I students were killed. What the Moscow police chief says is happening there, and the newly released body cam footage of an officer talking with one of the murder victims.
The morning snow is here, and we're seeing that fall. It's going to last throughout the morning, and then we're going to talk about that New Year's forecast coming up.
And police shoot a driver intentionally ramming into cars in Post Falls. You'll see the video taken by someone who watched it happen. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. So glad you're starting your day with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dice. It is Friday, December the 30th. Mark Peterson is here with that first alert forecast. All right, Mark, it's snowing lightly. We're not expecting too much accumulation, though.
1 to 3 inches, depending. We're going to see that 3 inches in some of the higher elevations, and certainly more so as we look to the east against those mountains. But right now, we do have light snow. We've had about an inch fall already. We're sitting at 33 degrees, so it is that wet snow, not the, when we had temperatures in the teens and we had that light snow that just really accumulated. We're not going to see that today. So the morning snow, again, 1 to 3 inches, cloudy afternoon coming in. Could see a break or two. Cloudy, dry weekend expected. And we're going to talk about those average temperatures we're going to see for the beginning of next year. Doppler radar, very busy, and we do see, again, we talk about that back edge where we see the end of this, and just coming into Harrington right now, it's going to take a while, and then we're going to see this continue to move out. But Newport, Rathdrum, Coeur d'Alene, you're going to get more than we'll get simply because you're in the path longer. We do have a winter weather advisory. A lot of that is going to have to do with Colville, wrapping around into Idaho, just along the mountain line. We're going to see a lot more snow over the next 24 hours. Over the next 12, yeah, we're seeing that morning snow in 32. By 11, again, this thing should be a done deal by 9 o'clock. But we're going to have temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. 37 degrees will be our high today.
New police body cam footage shows officers talking to one of the University of Idaho murder victims on the phone.
This comes as crews begin cleaning the crime scene where the 4 students were killed. Sydney Charles is live at the Breaking Now desk with the latest updates in this investigation.
Derek, the police footage shows officers talking with Madison Mogen on the phone for a noise complaint. This was just weeks before she and 3 other U of I students were stabbed to death in their sleep. In this extended footage, police visit the house where Madison, Kaylee Gonsalves, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin would be found dead 2 months later. Officers showed up to the address to address a noise complaint, and 2 men who answered the door told police the people who lived there were at other parties nearby. This is that new footage of an officer getting a hold of Maddie about the noise complaint.
All right, can you hear me, Maddie?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Do you live at 1122 Queen Street?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So, hey, the reason that we're here is that we received a noise complaint of loud music, partying, okay?
Sounds good. I'm just frustrated. I'm also so sorry once again.
Hey, I understand, okay? It's just, I mean, if I were you guys, I'd probably just come home.
Now, this all comes as police start to clear the crime scene where the students were murdered in their sleep. Moscow Police Chief James Fry says a cleaning crew will begin cleaning the crime scene.
Part of the reason we're doing that is because of the biohazards as well as chemicals that were used during the investigation. So there will be activity over at that residence on King Road, and we just want people to know about that.
And today, a celebration of life is being held in Coeur d'Alene for Kaylee Gonsalves and Madison Mogen at Lake City Church. The family says the event is open to the public and starts at 3 o'clock. In the latest update from MPD, police still say no suspects have been identified. Detectives continue looking for that white Hyundai Elantra, saying it was seen in the area around the time of the murders. In that same update, the department also thanked the community for continued support and understanding of the limited information being released. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
A quick warning, the video you are about to see may be hard to watch. It shows the exact moments police shot a man on Interstate 90.
And you don't see the person being shot, but we are sharing the sound of the gunshot so you can see how quickly this all unfolded. Those gasps you heard came from a family who witnessed this on I-90 yesterday morning with young kids shocked at what they were seeing. The officer fired several rounds into that truck. The man who was driving died at the scene. No officers were hurt. Now, let's back up to show you what led to all of this. Post Falls police say officers attempted to stop a truck that was intentionally hitting other cars near Railroad Avenue and Henry Street. The driver also rammed 2 patrol cars, one on Spokane Street and another on I-90. Police shot that driver and he died at the scene. Westbound I-90 was closed for several hours in addition to other areas in Post Falls. Employees at a coffee shop by the freeway saw some of what happened.
What I saw was there was a lot of police presence going by, and as well as fire trucks and then ambulance, and they closed off the freeway. So that was our first initiative as like, okay, something's going on.
The North Idaho Critical Incident Task Force will investigate, and the Coeur d'Alene Police Department is the lead agency in this investigation. Well, the mail carrier shortage is plaguing post offices all across the country.
Yeah, our coverage takes us to Bellingham, where a family who relies on the Postal Service to deliver paychecks hasn't received a single one this month. Stephen, Barbara, and Sarah Hutchinson all received their paychecks in the mail. They say it's been a week since any standard mail has even been delivered, but packages are arriving no problem. They live paycheck to paycheck, and they are dipping into their savings to stay afloat as rent is due just days from today.
A little bit of money in savings, so we're just living off of that. But we really need those checks because we live paycheck to paycheck, so we can't have 1 or 2 missing like this. It's just creating too much of a hardship on our finances.
After reaching out to a spokesperson for the USPS about this incident, we are told they got in touch with the family and are working to get their issue resolved. The spokesperson says mail carrier shortages are impacting post offices everywhere, and they're actively working to hire more people. You can read more about this story on KXLY.com. 6 minutes after 6 o'clock now.
All right, we're going to send things back over to Mark Peterson, and we're starting to see some snow stick on the ground now.
Yeah, and certainly all the passes are receiving snow. Snow-packed and icy. Change required, and except for all-wheel drive vehicles. Stephen, Snoqualmie Lookout Pass has snow falling right now. So, again, if you need to travel, you need to allow for more time. It'll get much better later on today. There is a live look at Cowley Park. That looks absolutely beautiful. Looks like someone got a little crazy with the crayons. We're going to have a full check of the forecast coming up.
And the countdown is on to the start of a new year. How are you celebrating? Coming up, see what's happening in Spokane this New Year's Eve.
And it's been more than a week of Southwest Airline travel fiasco. When will operations get back to normal? That's coming up after the break.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
If you're going to work out doing this, then you've just got to do this. The 10-minute tummy tuck to slim away double the belly fat. That's right. Now you can turn regular diet and exercise into 2 times more effective. So if you're going to do this, then you've got to do this to get twice the fat slimming.
It's just disappeared. The fat is gone. I've never had a waist this size. Never. And with the tummy tuck, it's easy.
You simply apply the thermal accelerator, slide on the tummy tuck belt, do 2 minutes of tummy tightener exercises, and in 10 minutes, you can take it off. And the tummy tuck ignites a fat-burning chain reaction that lasts for hours, even while you're doing nothing. Yes, just watch this time-lapse thermal imaging. After the belt is taken off, the temperature continues to rise for over 3 hours. And best of all, you don't have to wear the belt when you exercise. Just do the tummy tuck in the morning, then exercise whenever you want.
It's so amazing. I can't get over it. The fat is disappearing.
And it's so effective, it works even without changing your lifestyle.
I didn't change a single thing about my lifestyle. I did not change my eating habits, nothing.
Just look at this state-of-the-art ultrasound imaging showing the tummy fat layer is being slimmed away.
This is the slimmest I've been. I've never had results like this.
My stomach is so much flatter now. It worked.
And now, for just $19.99, you can try the Tummy Tuck, which comes in 3 flexible fit sizes to fit small to big tummies. Plus, the Thermal Accelerator Cream and the step-by-step video and guide, all for just $19.99. Plus, the Tummy Tuck is guaranteed or your money back.
This actually did work. It definitely worked. You're getting what you were promised.
It's real. The fat has fallen off. It's gone.
So call now.
Call 1-800-293-1637 or log on to 10minutetummytuck.com. That's 1-800-293-1637. Call now. Could you write a letter telling us what you're most thankful for?
Thank you.
Dear Dr. Latanza,
Before I met you, I couldn't write. Thank you for being
so kind. You've changed me for the better.
It is the caregivers on the front line that deserve our gratitude the most. Will you join with us in thanking all the doctors, nurses, and therapists, making sure that all of us are getting the care we need?
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Welcome back. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Congressman-elect George Santos of New York says he'll serve one term and be done on Capitol Hill.
The news comes as more lies about his past catch up with him. The Nassau County Republican chairman says the Republican Party would not support Santos in 2024, writing in a statement, "I don't know what party would endorse him as a candidate." Santos is set to take office next week and refuses to step aside despite calls for him to resign as more possible lies about his schooling and his family come to light. Federal and local prosecutors are investigating whether Santos committed any crimes involving his finances and lies about his background. Santos has apologized for, as he calls it, embellishing his resume.
It's back to normal today. At least that's the promise from Southwest Airlines after a service meltdown led to thousands of canceled flights this past week. Last week's winter storm triggered the operations failure. The carrier says it's resuming its full flying schedule, removing ticket sale limits and rebuilding crew schedules. Regulators and lawmakers have said they'll be monitoring Southwest's response to this crisis.
For the first time in 40 years, wage inequity is falling. The Wall Street Journal reports since the pandemic, hourly wages of lower paid, less skilled employees are gaining ground from those of skilled workers, college grads, and professionals. The trend partly caused by the pandemic by shrinking the supply of people willing to do low-paid in-person work by making it riskier and more stressful. It's been forcing employers to pay those workers more.
12 minutes past 6 o'clock, 10-second takeaway on this Friday. It's going to be light snow, continually falling for the next hour or two. Icy surfaces underneath that fresh snow, so use caution. And 37 degrees will be our high today.
Well, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:12.
Have you made New Year's Eve plans? It's not too late. Destiny Richards will tell us about some events happening here to ring in the new year that you can take part in, including some that won't have you up until midnight.
From a supersized snowstorm to ferocious flooding, we'll show you the latest East Coast weather woes right after the break.
And for us, some light snow is falling. We'll check back in with Mark and his full forecast. And as we head to a break, here's another look at Cowley Park and the beautiful lights there. I'll be right back.
Are you one of the millions of people living with bladder control problems and on Medicaid? Then stay tuned for a free offer from ActiveStyle.
Hello. At ActiveStyle, we understand your needs and offer convenient, discreet home delivery of a variety of incontinence products. And they may be available at no cost to you if you're Medicaid eligible. When you call us, a personal incontinence consultant, someone like me, will help you find the right product that is both comfortable and makes you feel secure. If the fit is not right, we'll send different products until you are completely satisfied. That's our Get It Right guarantee. Your privacy is assured. Our incontinence products arrive direct to your door in discreet boxes, so no more embarrassing trips to the store. If you or someone you know is incontinent, call us now. And if you're Medicaid eligible, we'll send you a free sample.
If you're on Medicaid, call for your free sample. ActiveStyle is the most convenient and discreet way to get your incontinence supplies.
Call 1-800-521-3875.
At St. Joseph's Indian School, we know that a Native American child's future depends on a strong foundation.
At St. Joseph's Indian School, they care for the kids.
Our students come from many places, seeking a good education, a safe place to learn, and Native American values that enrich their lives.
It's on us to teach our younger generations, our children.
At St. Joseph's Indian School, children get their best chance to succeed in life.
I like being here because I live and learn at St. Joseph's. When I'm here, I feel like I'm home.
Our children are our greatest endeavor. By investing in their education, we honor their past and secure their future. To learn more, go to stjo.org today.
If you're 45 and over, listen up tonight. Colon cancer untreated could take your life. Get it right, get screened, no time to be silent. Take a home test or hit your healthcare provider. Colon cancer in the black and brown community, no joke. Chill on the alcohol, ease up on the smoke. Realize there's hope, but you gotta catch it early though. Without a health screening, you won't even know. Get tested, pay attention to the signs. Talk to your doctor and check your behind. What's coming in and what's coming out. Healthy eating is always the best route. I suggest you talk to your family, your inner circle, and screaming and proactive, and it won't hurt you. We all want to live our lives the best we could be. Go check your colon. Peace, I'm Chuck D. Save lives, and peep the deeper meaning of the cancer. And get a screening. Save lives, take control of your health. Get knowledge for yourself, and it's the real wealth. Save lives, and peep the deeper meaning of the cancer. And get a screening. Save lives, saves lives. I'm gonna tell you the deal. Colon cancer is real.
StandUpToCancer.org/colon-cancer.
4 News Now is brought to you by Carpet Barn.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Just about 16 minutes after 6, people in western New York are going from shoveling snow to filling sandbags as the region braces for a big meltdown that's expected to bring massive flooding. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
This morning, Americans from coast to coast are preparing to ring in the new year as severe storms bring heavy snow and drenching rain.
This is crazy. Oh, boy.
Roads in Colorado reopened after a storm caused a stretch of I-70 to close for 9 hours, bringing drivers to a standstill.
There has been so many accidents and so many stuck vehicles that I-70 has now been shut down for almost 10 hours. There's been a few people that I think were in the tunnel that were a little worried about carbon monoxide, and they had their kind of doors propped up with like a towel in front of.
And on the West Coast, an atmospheric river is set to disrupt New Year's travel as new winter storm watches and warnings are posted in Colorado, Utah, Nevada, and California. Meanwhile, in blizzard-ravaged western New York, the death toll continues to rise, with 39 deaths now confirmed in the area. And we're learning more about those who lost their lives, including Ladrice Curry, who died after having an asthma attack, the storm slowing rescuers who could not reach her in time.
I just want her to know that, I loved her, her son loved her, the whole family loved her.
And this morning, police in the town of Cheektowaga are looking for this man, who they're calling Merry Christmas Jay. Officers want to thank the man after he pulled people from cars and sheltered them in a nearby school. Heroic actions, they say, saved people's lives. Meanwhile, flooding is now the major concern in the Buffalo area.
With temperatures rising, the snow is starting to melt. Officials are clearing storm drains in anticipation of any flooding, and the state is on standby with 800,000 sandbags.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
All right, how are you ringing in the new year? Whether it's with friends, your kids, or the whole family, there are dozens of New Year's Eve events happening tomorrow in and around Spokane.
Yeah, some are free. Others will require you to buy tickets and make reservations. Destiny Richards is in studio with what's happened in the Lilac City on the last night of the year.
Bars and restaurants across the Inland Northwest are gearing up to host people this weekend for New Year's Eve. But there are also some annual New Year's Eve events to look forward to, including one we all know about in Riverfront Park. The New Year's Eve fireworks show in Riverfront Park is free tomorrow night at 9 p.m. It may not be midnight for us on the West Coast, but it's early enough to accommodate families with younger children. The fireworks show will be 15 minutes long and launch near the Clock Tower. The show in Riverfront Park is just one of many events happening in Spokane tomorrow night. Here are just a few others. If you're looking for a 21 and older New Year's Eve bash, the historic Davenport is having an event tomorrow night from 8 to 1 a.m. Tickets must be purchased for this one. And if you're in the mood for live entertainment, you can watch the Spokane Symphony and Spokane Symphony Chorale perform pieces by Beethoven tomorrow night at the Fox Theater. Doors open at 6:30 and the show starts at 7:30. Tickets are required for this one as well. Lastly, there are some kid-friendly celebrations tomorrow, like at Wonderland Family Fun Center, open late from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. to help families ring in the new year with games, pizza, and lots of fun. For a list of more New Year's Eve events, see the story on KXLY.com. And while you're out celebrating the new year, keep in mind that you may see more Spokane police officers out on the streets looking for impaired drivers. What they want you to know if you'll be out this weekend coming up later this hour. Reporting in studio, Destiny Richards, 4 News Now.
All right, Destiny, thank you so much. And like she said, not too late if you're trying to make some plans. All right, we're taking a live look at now, once again, in Cowley Park.
Yeah, Look at that. And the lights are going to be up for a while. We still have another holiday to get through.
Right. We're going to get through New Year's. The music will stop today for that. Or I could stop it on Sunday. What would you think? Do you want the Christmas music through the New Year's?
Let's keep it going.
All right, we're going to keep it going. I'll turn it off at the end of the weekend. I have the key and I have the ability. All right, 32 degrees right now in Coeur d'Alene with light snow falling there. You're starting to see, again, some of the lines. So it's not really heavy snow, but it's there. 33 degrees, we've got that as well. We look at what's happening elsewhere. You can see it on Hanley Avenue and US 95 in Coeur d'Alene. That snow a little more impactful there. And also Sandpoint, you're in it now, and you've got light snow. We're going to see this really move from west to east, 37 degrees for our high today. We'll see that this afternoon. Tonight, we're going to have cloudy and patchy early morning fog. Could be dense in places. Temperatures right now, 33 degrees in Spokane, 32 Coeur d'Alene, 30 Colville. Moses Lake, you're at 33 degrees. And the LC Valley into the upper 30s, looking pretty good. Live satellite and radar, we see the main point of this system as we talk about. We had an early morning run. This is now coming through. And these are going to be the scattered showers that we're going to see later on today, really looking for the northeastern part of the state, the Colville National Forest and such, and wrapping around North Idaho. So the backside to this morning event is now making its way towards Davenport. It's going to take another hour or two, and then we'll be out of it. But a little rain or rain-snow mix in around Sprague. So we look at the forecast, and yeah, we're going to see this move across. So tomorrow by noon, we're going to see still the potential for snow into the mountains, just pulling it right out of the clouds. That's going to go through Saturday. By Saturday night, everybody's out of it. We're going to remain relatively dry. Sunday, we could see a little bit of snow into the LC Valley and the Palouse, but that's going to be about it. Otherwise, just going to be cloud cover, and we're going to see that patchy morning fog. Highs here are going to be in the upper 30s, nearing 40, Liberty Lake, Spokane Valley. We're going to see Post Falls, 37 degrees. Officially, we'll be around 37 degrees. Things look pretty nice. We look at the planning forecast. Again, another above-average day Saturday, 35. Average for Sunday, and, of course, the new year, and 32 for the high. We're going to have temperatures hovering around seasonal, and overnight lows are going to be into the 20s. So we look at that temperature trend. Yeah, we're going to be right there around average all the way into the first week of 2023, everybody.
All right. Yeah, sticking right close to that average, aren't we?
Yeah, and again, constant. We haven't seen these since before Thanksgiving.
Sure.
Goodness. It's now 6:22. The sports world saying goodbye to a global icon. We'll look back on Pele's remarkable life and career.
And the Huskies will certainly remember the Alamo after taking down the Texas Longhorns in the Alamo Bowl. We'll have highlights and preview the Seahawks matchup with the Jets. That's next in sports.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Tech millionaire shot by cops at his own home. He called to report a break-in. So how did cops end up shooting him?
A terrible mistake.
Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
If you're going to work out doing this, then you've just got to do this. The 10-minute tummy tuck to slim away double the belly fat. That's right. Now you can turn regular diet and exercise into 2 times more effective. So if you're going to do this, then you've got to do this to get twice the fat slimming.
It's just disappeared. The fat is gone. I've never had a waist this size. Never. And with the tummy tuck, it's easy.
You simply apply the thermal accelerator, slide on the tummy tuck belt, do 2 minutes of tummy tightener exercises, and in 10 minutes, you can take it off. And the tummy tuck ignites a fat-burning chain reaction that lasts for hours, even while you're doing nothing. Yes, just watch this time-lapse thermal imaging. After the belt is taken off, the temperature continues to rise for over 3 hours. And best of all, you don't have to wear the belt when you exercise. Just do the tummy tuck in the morning, then exercise whenever you want.
It's so amazing. I can't get over it. The fat is disappearing.
And it's so effective, it works even without changing your lifestyle.
I didn't change a single thing about my lifestyle. I did not change my eating habits, nothing.
Just look at this state-of-the-art ultrasound imaging showing the tummy fat layer is being slimmed away.
This is the slimmest I've been. I've never had results like this.
My stomach is so much flatter now. It worked.
And now, for just $19.99, you can try the Tummy Tuck, which comes in 3 flexible fit sizes to fit small to big tummies. Plus, the Thermal Accelerator Cream and the step-by-step video and guide, all for just $19.99. Plus, the Tummy Tuck is guaranteed or your money back.
This actually did work. It definitely worked. You're getting what you were promised.
It's real. The fat has fallen off. It's gone.
So call now.
Call 1-800-293-1637 or log on to 10minutetummytuck.com. That's 1-800-293-1637. Call now.
Fire threatens everything in its path. When it threatens our communities, we respond and we bring the fight to the front line. Find out more about serving your community part-time by visiting NationalGuard.com.
If the Seattle Seahawks want to make the playoffs, they need to win their final 2 games of the regular season. But right now, that seems like an uphill battle as the team is limping, maybe quite literally, to the finish line. And with the disappearance of the Seattle run game in recent weeks, that means the burden falls on Geno Smith to get the job done. And he's put together his first Pro Bowl season, throwing for more than 3,800 yards and 27 touchdowns. But now he's going to have to face the team that drafted him, the New York Jets, who are also in need of a couple of wins to get into the playoffs and could really use a guy like Geno, but unfortunately, they wrote him off.
You know, obviously, there'll be some speculation, some talk about that. You know, I mean, it comes with the territory. It's to be expected. I got a lot of love for the Jets, the organization, and a lot of people that are still there that were there when I got drafted. So, for me and this team, it's business as usual. Another week to prepare and a tough challenge for us to go out there and try and get this win. We need it.
Seattle will be back home for the final 2 games of the regular season. Kickoff against the Jets is scheduled for 1 in the afternoon on Sunday. And the Washington Huskies capped off their impressive 2022 season with a win in the Alamo Bowl Thursday night over the 20th-ranked Texas Longhorns. UW was in control for most of the game thanks to a 284-yard, 2-touchdown performance by Michael Penix Jr. And running back Wayne Taulapapa added more than 100 yards on the ground. And with the win, the Huskies get their 11th win on the season, which is surprising that this is just the 5th time they've accomplished that in program history.
Hurts to say it, but they had a really impressive season. That's all I'm going to give it. Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:26.
As we go to break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America at 7 o'clock.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Mega Millions Mania as the jackpot grows to $640 million. Will anyone be able to claim that winning ticket?
We're hearing from players and seeing that they are excited about the Mega Millions jackpot tonight, and of course trying to start that new year with perhaps a new life and a new vacation spot.
The Mega Millions jackpot up a whopping $75 million in just the last few days. This pot has been growing since October. It's the biggest prize ever offered around New Year's.
The more tickets that are bought, the higher that jackpot is going to go, and that's why we're seeing it growing the way we are.
But it's not just the players with visions of dollar signs dancing in their heads, store owners too. If they sell a winning ticket, they get a piece of the pie.
Yes, I'm a winner too. I'm excited for that too.
With your GMA First Look, I'm DeMarco Morgan, ABC News, Altadena, California.
Want more from your vitamins? Get more with Nature's Bounty. From the first ever triple action sleep supplement to daily digestive support to more wellness solutions every day. Get more with Nature's Bounty.
Want luxury hair repair that doesn't cost $50? Pantene's Pro Vitamin Formula repairs hair, as well as the leading luxury bonding treatment for softness and resilience without the price tag. If you know it's Pantene.
My asthma felt anything but normal. It was time for a new normal with Nucala.
Nucala is a once-monthly add-on treatment for severe eosinophilic asthma that can mean less oral steroids, not for sudden breathing problems. Allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for swelling of face, mouth, tongue, or trouble breathing. Infections that can cause shingles have occurred. Don't stop steroids unless told by your doctor. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection. May cause headache, injection site reactions, back pain, and fatigue.
Ask your asthma specialist about a new normal with Nucala.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
The big New Year's Eve party is at Chewelah Casino with 3 sets of cash drawings. Tomorrow, you could play your favorite games with your Sun Club card to earn entries for your chance to win your share of over $15,000 in cash prizes. Party, play, and win at Chewelah Casino tomorrow, December 31st, during our 3 sets of drawings. Dance in the new year with cash prizes at Chewelah Casino. Learn more at ChewelahCasino.com.
Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning is your family-owned and operated #1 HVAC contractor in the Northwest. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning would like to introduce our own carbon reduction program. Buy a new energy-efficient furnace from Bill's Heating and receive a matching air conditioner with installation absolutely free. No hidden fees, no conditions, no exceptions. Buy a furnace, get a free AC from Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call today for estimates and repairs.
You may be experiencing anxiety or stress regarding all the news about COVID-19. Optum is opening its emotional support helpline, providing access to specially trained mental health specialists. This is a toll-free number, and it will be open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for as long as necessary. This is a free service. 866-342-6892. That's 866-342-6892.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
4 News Now story tracker following the stories people are reading about this morning.
Divisive internet personality Andrew Tate is under arrest in Romania along with his brother for suspected human trafficking, rape, and organized crime charges. Tate was taken into custody shortly after a social media exchange with activist Greta Thunberg that many suspect led Romanian authorities to Tate's location. Prosecutors say they found 6 women who were sexually exploited by the Tate brothers. Tate has previously said women are partially responsible for being raped and that they belong to men.
As Buffalo thaws out from Saturday's blizzard, stories of survival are now starting to surface. Craig Elston invited those stranded in the storm to take shelter at his C&C Cuts barbershop on Christmas Eve. Elston helped about 40 people, giving them food, drinks, power, and even a place to sleep. If he had to, Elston says he'd do it all over again.
About 30 minutes ago, a House committee released 6 years of Donald Trump's tax returns. The release comes days before Republicans, who won a majority in November's midterm elections, take control of the House and begin a series of promised investigations into President Biden's administration, as well as his son, Hunter Biden, GMA. We'll, of course, be following this closely.
Well, good morning, Northwest. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Friday, December 30th, and it's snowing this morning. Let's get to Mark with your first alert forecast.
Yeah, light snow. We see that as you're driving along, you're getting down to the blacktop, but still slippery conditions in many areas. Take it easy. We're sitting at 33 degrees. Winds are light. We're going to see a continuation of that light snow throughout the morning. So 1 to 3 inches potentially. It's going to be a cloudy afternoon, maybe a break or two. Cloudy and dry weekend expected as we ring in a new year. But we will talk about those temperatures that we're going to be seeing for the first week of 2023. Doppler radar this morning has been very busy. We've seen heavier snows now moving out of the Spokane area. That backside starting to make its way through and eastbound up I-90, and it'll cross over us the next hour or two. The forecast radar shows that by 9 o'clock, this should be out of our region completely, and then it starts to make its way out. Still hanging out in the mountains of Idaho, though, for a while. Over the next 12 hours, yeah, we're going to see that morning snow, temperatures hovering around freezing, warming into the mid-30s as we get into the midday, and then this afternoon, our high of 37 degrees expected.
And at the Breaking Now desk, this morning, Southwest seems to be getting back on track. Starting today, the airline is planning to resume normal flight operations after days of system-wide cancellations and delays following that major winter storm. I just checked, and right now, only 41 flights from Southwest have been canceled. That's down from over 2,000 just yesterday. 159 flights have been delayed this morning. This is all according to FlightAware. The air carrier releasing a statement saying we are encouraged by the progress we've made to realign realign crew, their schedules, and our fleet. Southwest has canceled more than 15,000 flights since last week, likely impacting more than 1 million travelers in what's being called one of the worst airline meltdowns in U.S. history. But the airline is encouraging people to submit receipts on its website, saying it will honor reasonable requests for reimbursement for meals, hotels, and alternate transportation. These are for travelers whose flights were canceled or significantly delayed between December 24th and January 2nd. The U.S. Department of Transportation has already vowed to continue investigating Southwest. Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg has promised to hold the carrier accountable for those reimbursements. In a letter to Southwest CEO released last night, Buttigieg reiterates what the Transportation Department is requiring when it comes to reimbursing impacted travelers.
I'm assigning US DOT resources to follow through on every complaint that comes in to make sure that you get compensated.
Now, if you are one of those impacted travelers, be prepared to wait. Southwest says that the compensation process could take weeks, along with the timeline for them to ship lost luggage back to passengers. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Well, a neighborhood south of Deer Park is on alert as the killer of an 83-year-old man still has not been caught.
The medical examiner identified the victim as Richard Purdy. Investigators say they found signs of a burglary at the home Monday night. Deputies are looking for a person of interest. They describe him as white, mid-20s, about 5'10", with an average build. Deputies say he was wearing dark clothing and carrying a bag. He may also be associated with a dark-colored SUV and had a dog with him. If you live in the area and see anything suspicious or out of the ordinary, you are encouraged to call Crime Check 509-456-2233. And the neighborhood is in shock that someone would target Purdy. A longtime neighbor wants to remain anonymous but tells us he's concerned for his own family.
An 83-year-old man in his home, you would think that you would be kind of safe and insulated from violence, but apparently not.
That neighbor tells us Purdy was a widower who lived alone. He says Purdy was planning to go to a Christmas celebration but did not show up. That's when someone went to his home to check on him and found him dead.
New details this morning about the search and rescue operations in the aftermath of a hotel and casino fire in Cambodia. Several more people have been confirmed dead, bringing that total to 25 now. Emergency crews are back in the burned out building today looking for dozens of people who are still missing. The structure near the Thailand border also includes a hotel. Witnesses say some of the victims jumped to their deaths in an attempt to escape the fire, while others were trapped in their hotel rooms as flames tore through the building. At least 70 people were injured.
The Department of Justice is suing pharmaceutical distributor Amerisource Bergen Corporation and 2 subsidiaries, accusing the companies of mishandling opioid medications. The DOJ says in 2 cases, the company knew the drugs were likely being sold in parking lots for cash. In another instance, the company was warned that addicted patients were getting opioids, including some people who later overdosed and died. In response, the company says the DOJ cherry-picked information from the thousands of pharmacies supplied by the company. If found liable, the company could face billions of dollars in financial penalties.
A food allergy is being officially recognized by the FDA. Starting next year, all foods in the U.S. containing sesame will be subject to allergen requirements, including labeling. The major food allergens list includes milk, eggs, fish, shellfish, tree nuts, peanuts, wheat, and soybeans. Sesame allergies can appear as coughing or an itchy throat, but can include a multitude of symptoms and can also be life-threatening.
Brazilian soccer legend and winner of 3 World Cups, Pelé, has died.
He had been undergoing treatment for colon cancer, discovered during a routine medical exam last year. The world got to know the Brazilian phenom during the 1958 World Cup in Sweden. At just 17 years old, Pelé scored 3 goals in a semifinal win over France and scored 2 more in the finals to lead Brazil to a World Cup win over Sweden. He retired for good in 1977. Pelé scored 1,281 goals in his amazing career and was named FIFA's co-player of the century. During the next 30 years, he was a popular ambassador for the sport, especially as his home country hosted the 2014 World Cup.
Football always was the best promoter of Brazil, no? Always put Brazil in the top.
Pelé was 82 years old and not a better ambassador for the game you could imagine. Yeah, seeing so many like that outpourings of messages from players has been really neat over the last day as well. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:38.
We want you to get back over to Mark, and a lot of people still traveling.
If you're going over the passes, change your card except for all-wheel drive, Stevens, Snoqualmie Pass, Lookout Pass, picking up fresh snow.
Tumwater Canyon closed,
okay.
by the way.
Wow, okay.
WSP saying.
Okay, we've got that snow. We got still winter driving in those higher elevations. We don't really let go of that. Take a live look outside. That light snow continues to fall. Your full forecast still to come.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
It fills my soul to come here. I love it so much.
Rachel in Ukraine, opening up about her journey to serve.
When you're at the orphanage, you get this joy.
Next, Rachel.
Watch Rachel today at 3 and 4 News Now at 5.
Magical moments. Snowy adventures. Warming up. Making memories. A winter wonderland. The perfect close-by getaway this winter is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Find countless ways to play and plan your escape at cdawinter.com.
Are you ready for this? Ready to take chances? Will you push and break your limits? Are you ready to be a legend? This is your moment. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
In a boat. The boats are back. It's a live in-person show. 4 big days, Thursday through Sunday, January 26th to 29th at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Summer fun on the water is just around the corner, so take the whole family. That's right, it's back, live and in person. From big to small, you'll see it all. At the 2023 Spokane Boat Show, the boats are back. You can learn more at SpokaneBoatShow.com.
Winter weather means hazardous driving conditions. If you must travel, follow these guidelines to keep everyone safe. Slow down and keep a safe following distance. Use traction tires. Give snow and emergency vehicles the right of way. Carry an emergency kit. Brought to you by Lakes, Worley, Post Falls, and East Side Highway Districts.
Go, Chiefs, go! Ahead into the Seattle zone. Shovelday off left side. Out front. Shot. Score! Carter Street and Spokane with a 4-2 lead with 3:31 remaining.
Friday night, December 30th, your Spokane Chiefs are back in the arena against our arch rivals, the Tri-City Americans. Friday, the Centennial Hotel presents a family feast with $2 hot dogs, Coca-Cola products, and more all game long. Listen to 92.9 ZZU for details. For tickets and game times, go to SpokaneChiefs.com.
It's now 6:41. Investigators in Pierce County still trying to narrow down who vandalized multiple substations in Spanaway, Graham, South Hill, and Kapowson on Christmas Day. Officials would not say how many tips they've received from the public or if they've been able to recover any useful surveillance video. But they are increasing security and preparing for the possibility of other future attacks, especially with another holiday weekend coming up.
For now, what we're doing is responding to more calls. We've asked the public for assistance in monitoring and reporting suspicious behavior, and then we're going to be checking the substations as often as we can as well.
It's also unclear if there is a connection with other similar incidents around the country. The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission has requested a study on security reliability standards within the next 120 days.
10-second takeaway on this last Friday of 2022. Light snow continuing to fall and falling over icy surfaces, those walkways, parking lots. Use caution. Light winter gear today. 37 will be our high today.
We could be headed for another massive Mega Millions jackpot with no winner in Tuesday's drawing. A single winner tonight would get a prize of about $640 million. The lottery said the jackpot will be the largest Mega Millions prize ever offered in the final week of the year. Mega Millions jackpot has topped $600 million just 5 times in its more than 20-year history. That largest jackpot in history actually happened over the summer when an anonymous partnership in Des Plaines, Illinois won a $1.3 billion jackpot. It's going to be us this time. We got to write up that contract.
You feel it?
Yep, for all of us shared here in the newsroom.
Okay. Are you buying them?
When we're not back next week, you'll know why.
because we won't be like those people into planes. It's now 6:43. Nothing anonymous here. We won!
All right, we'll have your full forecast with Mark coming up right after this.
Peace out.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready to be a legend? Are you ready to fight? To be fearless? Are you made for greatness? This is your moment. Are you ready for this?
If you're going to work out doing this, then you've just got to do this. The 10-minute tummy tuck to slim away double the belly fat. That's right. Now you can turn regular diet and exercise into 2 times more effective. So if you're going to do this, then you've got to do this to get twice the fat slimming.
It's just disappeared. The fat is gone. I've never had a waist this size. Never. And with the tummy tuck, it's easy.
You simply apply the thermal accelerator, slide on the tummy tuck belt, do 2 minutes of tummy tightener exercises, and in 10 minutes, you can take it off. And the tummy tuck ignites a fat-burning chain reaction that lasts for hours, even while you're doing nothing. Yes, just watch this time-lapse thermal imaging. After the belt is taken off, the temperature continues to rise for over 3 hours. And best of all, you don't have to wear the belt when you exercise. Just do the tummy tuck in the morning, then exercise whenever you want.
It's so amazing. I can't get over it. The fat is disappearing.
And it's so effective, it works even without changing your lifestyle.
I didn't change a single thing about my lifestyle. I did not change my eating habits, nothing.
Just look at this state-of-the-art ultrasound imaging showing the tummy fat layer is being slimmed away.
This is the slimmest I've been. I've never had results like this.
My stomach is so much flatter now. It worked.
And now, for just $19.99, you can try the Tummy Tuck, which comes in 3 flexible fit sizes to fit small to big tummies. Plus, the Thermal Accelerator Cream and the step-by-step video and guide, all for just $19.99. Plus, the Tummy Tuck is guaranteed or your money back.
This actually did work. It definitely worked. You're getting what you were promised.
It's real. The fat has fallen off. It's gone.
So call now.
Call 1-800-293-1637 or log on to 10minutetommytuck.com. That's 1-800-293-1637. Call now.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence. 4 News Now is brought to you by Foothills Mazda.
It's now 6:46. You do not want to start the new year with a DUI. Spokane police are urging people to drink responsibly and don't drive if you've had too much.
This weekend, local law enforcement across the region will be patrolling more and keeping an eye out for impaired driving. Destiny Richards spoke with SPD about what officers are seeing already and what you need to keep in mind this New Year's weekend.
Spokane Police started a holiday impaired driving campaign with other regional and state law enforcement back in mid-December. SPD says you may see more officers out this holiday weekend looking for drunk drivers. You can also do this too if you're out celebrating for New Year's Eve with family or friends. Call 911 if you see anyone swerving in and out of their lane and driving erratically. Impaired driving can also include speeding, braking suddenly or inappropriately, and making wide turns. Officer Jacqueline Valencia with SPD says we can all do our part first and foremost by driving sober or making a plan for how to get to and from our New Year's Eve celebrations.
You can call a friend, call a rideshare, taxis. There's so many options out there nowadays to get you home safely.
Valencia also says the cost of a rideshare is nothing compared to court costs, attorney fees, vehicle towing fees, and more that could result from a DUI crash. In a new campaign video on social media, SPD says so far this year, they've responded to 258 collisions in the city involving impaired driving, with 5 of them resulting in deaths. Officer Valencia says those were 5 preventable deaths and urges everyone to be safe to prevent any more tragedies from happening this weekend. Reporting in studio, Destiny Richards, 4 News Now.
It really is easy to just get a taxi, get an Uber.
No doubt.
You can do it. Be safe.
All right, you're taking a look at the U.S. Pavilion here in Riverfront Park. Yeah, gorgeous shot here for you this morning. And is that snow still coming down a little bit?
It is lightly. I want to go back to Cowley Park. We were talking about the music, and we've been told the Epiphany lasts through January 6th.
It does. That is true.
12 days of Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have it up there through that. All right, because someone said it, and therefore it takes the responsibility off my shoulders. 37 degrees. We are going to see that light snow this morning. Going to be cloudy this afternoon. Overnight, temperatures down to 32 with some patchy, dense fog in places tomorrow morning, in effect, for the next several mornings. 32 into Coeur d'Alene right now. We have 28 in Omak. Winthrop, you're at 25 degrees. What's going on? Someone left the door open. You're actually in mild temperatures. We do have that band of snow that's sliding through now northeastern Washington and North Idaho, adding to, and what we see in the Cascades, to those mountain passes. So please allow for that if you have to leave now. We look at the Doppler radar, and again, we're seeing this thing continue to make its way out. It's going to hang out in the mountains longer. That's why a winter weather advisory in effect till 8 o'clock tonight. While it does include Spokane, really, we're looking for areas north of Deer Park and around. We could see a few skiffs this afternoon, but they look to be mainly north as well. Temperatures today nearing 40 degrees, the valley into Liberty Lake. As you make your way over to Coeur d'Alene, 38 degrees, officially 37 for our high today. Deer Park, you're going to be at 36. We look at our planning forecast. Temperatures into the mid-30s Saturday. Again, a dry sky, but patchy morning fog. 32 for Sunday, New Year's Day. And then we get into next week, temperatures hovering around average temperatures, overnight lows. Again, getting chilly, but we're going to not see any erratic swings. 49 degrees north as we get to your ski report this morning. 33 forecasted high, 3 inches of new snow, powder and groomed surfaces there. Everyone's looking great, by the way, with fresh snow. Look out past getting snow right now, and they're expecting another 3 to 5 inches, machine groomed and powder. Look for Schweitzer to continue to have, again, packed powder and powder, and 32 degrees for the high today. Silver Mountain, 28. You've got an inch of fresh snow there, looking great. And Mount Spokane, 32, currently snowing with powder and groomers to enjoy. It's 6:50. Your morning sprint is coming up.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Chewelah Casino.
A white Christmas, a white knuckle drive. We've already seen pileups on mountain passes. Before you head out, trust the First Alert weather team to pinpoint the safest times to go and exactly what to expect on air, online, and on the app with 4 News Now.
The holidays are for making memories, and you can count on Honda to help you make them. Whether it's in a capable Ridgeline, adventurous CR-V, a rugged Passport, or a dynamic Pilot. Start making memories of your own with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
The big New Year's Eve party is at Chewelah Casino with 3 sets of cash drawings. Tomorrow, you could play your favorite games with your Sun Club card to earn entries for your chance to win your share of over $15,000 in cash prizes. Party, play, and win at Chewelah Casino tomorrow, December 31st, during our 3 sets of drawings. Dance in the new year with cash prizes at Chewelah Casino. Learn more at ChewelahCasino.com.
Hello, I'm Diamond Dan Clark.
And I'm Jeweler Jane.
And we're from Clark's Diamond Jewelers in beautiful downtown Coeur d'Alene.
Our famous snow promotion is back for Christmas.
If it snows 5 inches or more in 24 hours on January 7th, 2023, all purchases made at Clark's between November 19th and December 31st will be refunded in full. And that means all engagement rings, loose diamond and gemstones, jewelry and gifts could all be free.
Shop Clark's Diamond Jewelers this Christmas and let it snow diamonds.
Looking for a great idea for the holidays? Elkins Resort, Idaho's premier vacation destination, has great getaway specials for some wonderful wintertime fun. So make your reservations today before the season is over. Call Elkins Resort or check out our website at elkinsresort.com.
Winter weather means hazardous driving conditions. If you must travel, follow these guidelines to keep everyone safe. Slow down and keep a safe following distance. Use traction tires. Give snow and emergency vehicles the right of way. Carry an emergency kit. Brought to you by Lakes, Worley, Post Falls, and Eastside Highway Districts.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53, time to get you ready to take on your last Friday of 2022 here with the Morning Sprint.
Destiny Richards in the studio with some things you can do in Spokane to bring in the new year.
But let's get to Mark Peterson first to help you take on the weekend and the new year.
Well, both are looking okay. In our first alert weather, it is this morning that we have that, again, the light snow continuing to fall, 1 to 3 inches. That is going to move through the area. Should be a done deal by 9 o'clock. And we're going to see it continue, though, into the mountains of Idaho and northeastern Washington. In fact, by 9 o'clock, it will be concentrated Coeur d'Alene. And then by noon, it'll really be into Montana with flurries and showers available after that. Our high today is going to be 37 degrees.
And police body camera footage has been released regarding the Moscow murder investigation. In the extended footage, police visit the house where Madison, Kaylee Gonsalves, Xander Kronodal, and Ethan Chapin will be found dead 2 months later. Officers showed up to address a noise complaint, and 2 men who answered the door told police the people who lived there were at other parties nearby. This all comes as police start to clear the home where the students were murdered. Moscow Police Chief James Fry says a biohazard cleaning crew will begin cleaning the crime scene.
The Moscow community is still mourning the 4 tragic lives lost today. A celebration of life is being held in Coeur d'Alene for Kaylee Gonsalves and Madison Mogan at Lake City Church. The family says the event is open to the public and starts at 3 o'clock.
Well, police shot a man on Interstate 90 yesterday morning. Post Falls police say officers attempted to stop a truck that was intentionally hitting other cars near Railroad Avenue and Henry Street. The driver also rammed 2 patrol cars, one on Spokane Street and another on I-90. Police shot that driver and he died at the scene. Westbound I-90 was closed for several hours in addition to other areas in Post Falls.
A neighborhood south of Deer Park is on alert as the killer of an 83-year-old man still has not been caught. The medical examiner identified the victim as Richard Purdy. Investigators say they found signs of a burglary at the home Monday night. Deputies are looking for a person of interest. They describe him as white, mid-20s, about 5'10", with an average build. Deputies say he was wearing dark clothing and carrying a bag. He may also be associated with a dark-colored SUV and had a dog with him at the time. If you have any information, call Crime Check 509-456-2233.
How are you bringing in the new year? Whether it's with friends, your kids, or the whole family, there are plenty of New Year's Eve events happening tomorrow in and around Spokane. The New Year's Eve fireworks show in Riverfront Park is free tomorrow night at 9 p.m. It may not be midnight for us on the West Coast, but it's early enough to accommodate families with younger children. And if you're hitting up the bar and restaurant scene, you may see more Spokane police officers out and about. Local and state law enforcement will be increasing patrols to keep an eye out for impaired driving. Officer Jacqueline Valencia with SPD says we can all do our part to make it home safely for the new year. First and foremost, by driving sober or making a plan for how to get to and from our celebrations.
This morning, a House committee released 6 years of Donald Trump's tax returns. The release comes days before Republicans, who won a majority in November's midterm elections, take control of the House and begin a series of promise investigations into President Joe Biden's administration and his son, Hunter Biden.
Southwest Airlines promising to return back to its normal after a service meltdown led to thousands of canceled flights this past week. Last week's winter storm triggering the operations failure. The carrier says it is resuming its full flying schedule, removing ticket sale limits and rebuilding crew schedules. Coverage of the Southwest meltdown will continue on Good Morning America.
Brazilian soccer legend and winner of 3 World Cups, Pelé, has passed away. He'd been undergoing treatment for colon cancer discovered during a routine medical exam last year. Pelé was 82 years old.
And senior citizens and other Social Security recipients will start getting a larger monthly benefit in January. The 8.7% annual cost of living adjustment is aimed to help them cope with inflation.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
What I want people to know about Numerica's involvement is that it's genuine.
I work at a company that supports the community because we're a part of it. It's important to give back to the community you live in.
We are truly here to help, and we're passionate about it.
Sink into comfort and savings with incredible values on premium recliners at More Furniture.
This is a great opportunity to save on this dual power recliner in 2 color options for only $4.99.
Featuring 2 cup holders and arm storage, you'll curl up in comfort with everything you need within your reach.
Get 1 for only $4.99 or save even more with 2 for $7.99.
Preview these specials and more at morefurniture.com.
Very good morning, everybody. Taking a live look out there. Light snow continuing to fall. You don't really see it there, but we do see it right outside our studios. That's going to be 1 to 3 inches in our region. Going to be done by about 9 o'clock, 35 at 11, and then our high today is going to be 37 degrees. Saturday, Sunday, dry, cloudy with patchy early morning fog. 35 on Saturday, Sunday, 32. And as we ring in a new year, that week looks to be about average for daytime highs. No major swings out there.
Okay. Last script toss of 2022. However this year was for you, we hope that 2023 is even better. Our next newscast actually is on Tuesday. We're off Monday.
Have a great weekend.